What's happening, guys? Oh my goodness. It's another beautiful day. It's Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And tonight I'm going to be expanding on passive income, especially for busy parents, right? I'm so excited to share this tonight. But before we get started, love to know where you're coming in from. So whether you're watching this on replay or you're watching it live, I'm going back and forth between my two screens, so I apologize for that in advance. But love to know where you're from. For those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Joe Von Grichton, and I'm on a mission to retire my wife and create financial freedom for our family and help 1,000 families do it at the same time. So sounds like a lot, right? So got a big plan. It's a 3-year plan. But I want to do it. I've set a mind. I've got a plan in place, and I'm going to make it happen. I'm committed to it. I have 100% intention, which is something that is unbreakable, right? And when you have 100% intention, it's fantastic. So if you're new here or you're just coming on for the first time, I'd love to know where you're from. So put in where you're from and tell me a little bit about where you're from, like something cool that is unique about where you live or where you're coming in or where you're watching this from. For example, for me, I live in Southern California with my beautiful wife and 3 kids. We live in wine country in Southern California. No, not Northern California. We actually have a ton of great wineries here in Southern California. I believe we have over 70, maybe even over 80 wineries now that are here in our valley, in the Temecula Valley, which is about 70 miles north of San Diego, and about 90 miles east of LAX. So we're kind of, if you drew a triangle from LAX to us and down to San Diego and then up, basically you would have the core of Southern California. So we're part of the Inland Empire, if you will, but our valley down here is pretty special. So I'm pretty proud of it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sure you're proud about where you're from. Hopefully you are. And if not, then when are you going to make the change? So tonight is I talked last night about passive income. I wanted to start a series on that because I think it's powerful to understand passive income. There's multiple ways. We talked about different ways you can achieve it, but I wanted to talk some more about it tonight. I wanted to share with you one of my stories. So I've been introduced to passive income for years, right? All the way back to when I was just a kid and my mom was doing Amway. All right. I know that's network marketing, MLM, but that is a passive way to create income, right? Passive residual income, meaning not only was it passive, like she didn't have to be involved, she could just refer people there, but it built up residual income. So you get paid for not only not being there, but you get paid for today for something you did previously. So for my story, like I said, I got introduced to it as a kid, but my personal story, the best one that I love is about 10 years ago. So about 2015. And actually before that, I was reselling some software that I used with clients, but it was really cool for me, and still is this piece of software that I was selling back all the way back in 2015-ish. I'm still getting paid today for the promotion that I did, for selling it back then and promoting it back then. So every quarter I get a check, and it puts the biggest smile on my face when I see it come into my PayPal account because I'm getting paid for something that I did years ago, and I'm still getting paid. It's only $120 or so once a quarter, so it's not a lot. It used to be a lot bigger, but the fact that I still make $120 or roughly $120, I think it's like $119 or $116 and change, $116.80, I think, to be exact. But those are the best $116.80 that you could ever make. Why? And it feels so good because it was something that I did a long time ago, and I'm still getting paid for it, right? I don't have to be present anymore. It's something I already did in the past, and I just keep getting rewarded for it. my family gets blessed. So $120 in California, that pretty much takes us on a trip to Denny's for breakfast. But hey, look, it's a free breakfast that I didn't have money for before. So $120, for some people though, that may be a difference maker, especially if you can do an extra $120 a week, maybe an extra $300 a week, maybe an extra $300 a day, maybe a month, whatever the case may be. But passive income is the way, right? So if you're ready to reclaim your time and build wealth on your schedule, hit that like button, drop a fire emoji in the chat for me right now. All right, as we go through. Okay, so as I said and shared in my live yesterday, if you didn't watch it or didn't see it, then you didn't hear it. But I left corporate America over 20 years ago. I said, I'm not going to build somebody else's dreams and put mine on the back burner. I wasn't willing to do that. And so I left corporate America, and I've been an independent contractor or own my own businesses now for over 20 years, right? And the challenge I had in the beginning is I created multiple jobs for myself, okay, in the beginning, because I didn't understand. Nobody had taught me passive income. It wasn't until I hired my first business coach that he helped me, and he showed me the way on, why passive income was so powerful, right? Because think of it this way. When you're an employee and you're in a traditional job, you make income strictly off of your time exchange, right? Okay. Where when you own your own business, you create it off of value exchange. Okay. Not necessarily a time exchange. But the thing that's so crazy about traditional employees is that, for years, people worked and dedicated their lives to jobs that aren't necessarily secure anymore. With the power of technology constantly changing and evolving, we're seeing it all over the place. People that used to do the jobs are now being taken over by robots, by AI, and it's going to keep getting worse and worse. And so the cool thing is that by simply creating a passive income stream for you and your family, it will give you back that peace of mind, right? And it's your ticket to financial freedom. Excuse me. So I talked about a few different passive income streams last night, but I'm going to really focus tonight on, the power of a digital product or service and really finding the right one. And there's multiple things that you want to consider when you're looking for whether or not a company or a product or service is worth your time, right? Like I said, first and foremost, it's got to have the ability to automate. All right. Okay. The second and most important is you've got to have a product that you don't have to have a lot of transactions to make significant money. Okay. So I'm going to share with you my company. What I do, 100% profit on everything I sell. Okay. The other thing is you need to have the ability to not continue working. Right. The problem in most cases is you're working too much, right? So that time you can't get it back. And so when you're thinking passive, the reason passive is so great is you don't have to be present so much. There's only limited amount of time that you have to put into it in order for it to produce and scale profit for you. All right. So I actually have a 2-hour workday that I'm still perfecting. Okay. All right. I've spent over 20 years in digital marketing. I've never actually perfected the 2-hour workday, and I'm actually working on that now, and I'm committed to it. And I'm going to share with you what that looks like here. All right. Which is 30 minutes of engagement. Okay. An hour of uh, 3 pieces of content, and another 30 minutes of I do learning, but I'm going to start integrating free ads in as well, which is really, really cool. Okay. And I'll talk about that in another video. But so the cool thing is I'm going to put my board up here for you. So I apologize, my ring light. There we go. Let's put it on that side. Okay. So homebasedblueprint.com, all right, is my personal business. I am what is called, I have master resale rights. I'm partnered with a company called Legacy Builder, and you can learn everything about my company here. But the cool thing is it was created for the non-technical person. I'm actually very technical, so that didn't really scare me. But the fact that it's all done for me, and all I had to do was attach my domain, attach my email, and set up a payment processor like PayPal, right? And then it was done. All I had to do from there is the automation was taken care of. The cool thing is the product, I have master resale rights, which means I can resell the product. And the cool thing is the people I resell it to have the ability to resell it as well, okay, when they purchase it from me. But I make 100% profit on everything I sell. And I have a 2-hour workday. So the 2-hour workday that I was talking about, I'm going to cover my face here, and I apologize for that. But there's my 2-hour workday. I spend 30 minutes on engagement. So commenting, replying to emails, very focused, guys. I'm not all over the place. I'm engaging on content that's relative to my audience. Okay. I'm commenting back when people have commented on my content or my videos, my social media, or emailing back responses to people that have emailed me. Okay. Then for an hour a day, I spend about an hour creating 3 pieces of content. And I also include this live that you're actually watching right now as part of that, because I spend about 30 minutes producing 20 to 30 minutes producing that content. And then I spend about 30 to 40 minutes. So right around an hour producing everything. Okay. And then the other 30 minutes here, I'm learning. Okay. So I'm constantly growing my skill set, getting better at perfecting my 2-hour workday so that I can better serve my customers. All right. And so that I can maximize my time, become more efficient, not just for myself and my family, but also that I can help more people. Okay. So those are the things that are really important when you're thinking of setting up a passive income stream. And those are absolutely necessities. Now, as far as the 100% profit, not all the time will you get 100% profit. Sometimes you'll get a percentage, right? But I recommend, that you go with companies where you get the biggest percentage, if not the full 100%, that you can create business, while you're sleeping, meaning your only responsibility for the day is for this 2-hour workday. My goal for that 2-hour workday, excuse me, as I cover my face again, that 2-hour workday right there. My goal is just to get people to put their emails into my automations up here. All right. Okay. And the company that I had the master resale rights for, it's all done. They've already set that up for me. All I had to do was hook it up to my email and hook it up to my domain. And then, like I said, set up my payment processor. But it's all done for me. So while I'm sleeping, while I'm taking kids to school, while I'm at soccer practice, whatever the case may be, my business is working for me, right? The only thing I have to do is focus on creating content that is valuable to my ideal customers. Okay. And my customers, if you haven't figured out yet, are parents. So, and not just parents, but busy parents, parents that are living paycheck to paycheck, parents that are grinding to the point of they have no more time and they are definitely not producing enough income to live the lifestyles that they've either become accustomed to or that they'd like to live. So that's why passive income is so powerful, right? And creating something of value. But there's with digital products and services, there's low barrier to entry, right? If you find the right company, like the company that I that I have master resale rights for, it's very cool because you don't have to be technical, right? It's non-techy. You can have your site up and running within probably a few hours, but I always say 24 hours, just depending on how long it takes to connect your domain, your email, and your payment processor. But all the training walks you through it step by step. It's copy and paste, plug and punch. If you can follow video, follow directions, just go. Now, other people, it takes them a couple days, a few days to get it done. That's all right. And then once that's done, the cool thing is it's done forever. You don't have to touch it ever again. All you have to do is focus on perfecting the 2-hour workday so that you can earn your 100% profit on whatever you sell, right? And that is fantastic to me. So, for example, this week I spent a couple hours, or well, not a couple hours, I spent more than half of a day taking my daughters to the beach, right? We went down to the beach and hung out, had a late lunch afterwards, and did all that because I had the flexibility to do that. Had I had a traditional job, it would have been a little bit more challenging, especially if I worked, a regular 9 to 5, or, even if I work, a swing shift or something like that. If you work, a alternative shift, the problem with those, or the challenge with those, is you're locked in on those hours, right? Well, with this, I can set up my 2-hour workday around what I need to do, right? The biggest thing is just being consistent with it. Just like everything in life, it's just like working out. What you put into it is what you get out of it, right? So now, as far as passive income is concerned, let me share some stories here. I apologize. I should have had these up already for you. But better late than never. Okay. Actually, let's see if I turned that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'm looking at, these are just testimonials that I've just copied and pasted from other people that have learned how to perfect their 2-hour workday. All right. And this was Melanie. And she was so grateful because she made $900 while she was having lunch. All right. Her business was working for her. Pretty cool. Scott Martin made $900 while watching my daughter compete in junior ROTC. How cool is that? Any of you have any kids that are in junior ROTC? How cool would it be to not only celebrate them and be there to support them, but while you're doing it, you just made $900, right? The average person makes about 160 to $200 a day. So you just made more than 3 times the average income for most people. Pretty darn cool, right? Or Scott Martin. Oh no, I already said Scott Martin. Akane, she has 3 kids, and she made her first sale. She did a live just like this, and somebody actually got the information, went to her website, put in their email address, and they purchased right then and there. How cool is that, right? That can be done. That's what's possible with this business, right? I love this one. Oh my gosh, I expanded to Facebook and have been posting every day for 1.5 weeks and made $900 sale from one of her community, our followers. And she was reluctant to go on Facebook because it was mainly like friends and family, and she didn't want to go through but the power of passive income, that's how beautiful it is that when people see it and understand it, they'll get real excited about it. Okay. Let's see here. If I can go to the, why am I not going to the next one? All right. Oh, this was a good one. I apologize. Let me go ahead and. So this was a good one. So 2 sales in one day. All right. He made $900 on one and $1,500 on another. Right. This is pretty cool. And he said the experiment is over on TikTok. That was his first sale on TikTok, but he's been crushing on Facebook. Okay. So if any of this sounds familiar to you guys, this is what I'm talking about. First 2 sales, feeling amazing. $1,800, right? And you can see up there, like, look at, guys, these are recent. You can see it was 3 minutes ago. That was actually from yesterday, I think, when I copied it and put it into my file. But these are all parents. These are all people that were doing the traditional exchange their time for dollars, regular employees, multiple kids, stay-at-home moms, that they were tired of the grind. And so they found a way to create passive income for their family. And not only are they doing it, they're doing it successfully, all because they learned the power of automation, which is, makes it completely passive. They sell products that they make 100% profit on, and they're working on perfecting that 2-hour workday. And you can do the same thing. If this was something that you found, of value, or you wanted more information on, you simply just go to homebasedblueprint.com. Right? You put in your email address and you will get access. You'll be taken to a page right away where you'll get your Freedom Formula blueprint as a thank you for putting your email in. That's the thing that's crazy about this, is there's people that are all over the world that are a part of Legacy Builders, and they're all using it to varying degrees. Some are using it to supplement their income. Some are using it to replace their income. But there are people that are earning healthy 6 figures. There's some people that are earning just a few $100s here and there, right? This business will meet you where you're at, and what you put into it is what you get out of it. But if you spent the next 3 years perfecting your 2-hour workday there, what do you think would be possible for you? Imagine waking up, not having to rush off to get your kids to school and then to work, grind, come home, throw down some food, go to soccer practice until 9-10 o'clock at night, come home, kiss your husband, or your wife, your significant other, go to bed, get up, do it all over again, and just grind. Boom, boom, boom. Saturday and Sunday, you're so exhausted, you're so tired. Oh, wow, time for overtime. I need that extra money. I'm going to work Saturday. Grind all day Saturday. Wake up Sunday, you're 1 day off. What do? Got to do laundry, got to clean the house, got to, clean the cars, mow the lawns, do all the things to get ready for the week ahead, right? No time for rest. And over and over and over and over again. And every so often, it just keeps creeping into your head how frustrated you are, because you feel like it's permanent. You feel like you're not worthy because you're seeing other people, creating, wealth for their families. They're creating it through who knows what. Have you asked them? Right? But you're seeing this all around you. You're feeling like it's not for you, like that you're not worthy, right? It starts to feel personal. And as Tony Robbins says, those 3 P's, you got to annihilate them. It's not permanent, right? You can make a change. It's not pervasive, right? Just because somebody says something, that doesn't mean that it's true, right? So if somebody told you when you were a kid that you'll never be successful or whatever, whether it was a teacher, a family member, a parent, whatever the case may be, it's not true. That's not true, right? And we should never take it personal, right? Because we're the only ones that can put the power on the words that somebody else speaks to us. That's the reality. That's the aha moment right now, right? I get people all the time that I talk to and say, man, this sounds so great. You know, I don't know if I can do it. No, you can. You're just exhausted right now from the grind. You're exhausted from the constant paycheck to paycheck, from the straight home from work to beating up your pillow, waking up, doing it all over again. And on your days off, it's a grind because you got to get everything done at the house that you didn't get done while you're working all week. It doesn't have to be that way. Trust me, we are working towards that right now, right? Well, I'm not there right now, guys. I'm not going to lie to you and say I'm there. I'm not making 6 figures or blowing it off the charts right now, but I'm building it. I'm building it, and I want to take 1,000 families with me. So if you're a busy parent, whether you're a stay-at-home mom or you're a dad just tired of grinding and missing out on time with your kids, missing out on time with your wife, or vice versa, you're a mom and you're crushing, you're grinding, maybe you're even making good money, but you're sacrificing your health, your relationships with your kids, your husband, whatever the case may be, wherever you're at. If you're grinding, right? If you're having to sacrifice things that you shouldn't have to sacrifice, then it's time to do some research. It's time to look into it. Passive income stream, I'm telling you, is the way to go. Setting up a digital marketing business or product or service, that's the way to go. It's the way to go. How do I know this? Because it's funded our family for over 20 years, right? I was just doing it in a more traditional sense until somebody smacked me in the back of the head and said, oh my gosh, you got to check this out, right? I'm that guy. I'm the old dumb football player. I had to be smacked around in order to hear it. My wife's got her MBA. I'm just a football player that took 13 years to get my undergrad, but I got it. Right? But what did I get it for? To go out and grind and create somebody else's dreams, or to go out and create my dreams? Because what I realized, and I came to the realization, is I wanted more time with my kids. I wanted more time with my wife, and I want to have income that I can scale as much as I want, right? But I wanted to be able to do that as passively as possible. And even better, if I can make it residual where I get paid today for something I did, days ago, weeks ago, months ago, years ago, that's even better, right? So with that, if you're ready for a change, if you're ready, then put it in the comments. I'm ready. I'll get you the information. Or you can simply go over, again, homebasedblueprint.com. Put your email in. You'll get all the information there. Until then, guys, I just want to say thank you. I know how important time is, especially right now. If you're a busy parent, right now, you're coming home, depending on where you're at in the world, you're either coming home from work, getting ready to take kids to practice, or maybe you're coming home, you're exhausted, and you got to get right back up tomorrow and do it all over again. Then I cannot stress to you enough. It's time for a change, and you deserve it, right? You deserve something that will give you back your time with your kids, your significant other, your family, your community, let alone yourself. Taking time for yourself is huge, right? So with that, if you're ready, type I'm ready in the comments, or just the word ready. I'll get you the information. We'll get you rocking. Until then, I hope you enjoyed this information on passive income. And thank you again for your time. I look forward to seeing you at another live. Until then, guys, take care. Have a great evening or morning, wherever you're at in the world watching this. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.